There's no cure, of course, but we can slow the spread by not insulting the people of this state with statues for living politicians while serious questions about their legacy remain unanswered. But there's another reason why I and many others believe that this statue shouldn't go ahead. It's become known as the Bike Boy scandal. But it raises grave questions much bigger than this statue about governance, corruption, and the coercion of our public sector. It revolves around Ryan Meuleman, the young boy who almost died after being hit by the car of then future Premier and his wife, Dan and Catherine Andrews. Mr. and Mrs. Andrews have repeatedly said that the crash was Ryan's fault and that it was investigated thoroughly and that justice was done. However, Ryan and his family dispute this. They have shown me some evidence that they are now in possession of, including various phone records and emails from the day of the crash. I really do believe that once this evidence is made public in the coming weeks, criminal charges will become an inevitability. So I'm going to briefly outline that evidence now under the protection of parliamentary privilege, so that we can have pause. The 2013 crash in which Daniel Andrews and his wife, Catherine, drove their government-provided Ford Territory into 15-year-old Ryan Meuleman nearly killed him, and he was airlifted to hospital and lost 90% of his spleen. D24 recordings from the day of the crash show that two young police officers attending the scene, Shana Sage and Daniel Ward, were under the authority of Carl David. No breath tests were carried out on Daniel or Catherine. Daniel Andrews was permitted to drive his smashed-up, unroadworthy car away from the site shortly after the crash. No photographs exist of the scene. The major crash investigation unit was never called, despite a child fighting for his life and having to be airlifted to hospital. To this day, not a single statement has been taken from any witnesses from the scene. Andrews has repeatedly said that Ryan crashed his bike into the side of their car. He described it as a perfect T-bone, but the original crash repair report for the Andrews car has been sourced, and it shows that there was no damage to the side of Andrews' car. The damage was to the front. It was a head-on collision. Records show that just 30 minutes after the crash... Thank you, President. As I was saying, it was a head-on collision. The car struck Ryan. Phone and email records show that just 30 minutes after the crash, Daniel Andrews phoned his then staffer, Chris Riley, asking him to urgently arrange a new windscreen, and that the state government insurance, Vic Fleet, refused to do so without a proper claim form, and that Riley then rang to arrange it with O'Brien Glass directly. This all would have happened while Ryan was lying on the road fighting for his life. Isn't it interesting to see you all... Close ranks on the basis of tribal loyalty for someone that we all know, you know, did things you didn't agree with. I chose my words very carefully. I referenced proper historical facts. I referenced an actual judge in this state who did reference the Nuremberg trials, condemning this, that man's governance. And listen to your language. What about your language? Listen to the contempt you just poured out on the people of Victoria for a legal democratic petition scheduled permanently in the timetable that you guys obey.